Adele here with Custom Innovation, doing a hands-on demo with Andriod L, the developer preview of Google's new operating software that's going to come out for the new handset that's released this fall. Some have said it's going to be codenamed Lollipop or codenamed whatever. There's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of great changes with this version, this operating system. First thing you're going to notice right off the bat, everything has been made more lively. It's been made more playful and fun, which is par for the course of Google. So I think you'll be really impressed with what they've done. You notice the swirling lights. It's just again all part of being more lively and fun instead of just the four colors flopping back and forth. They're now swirling. You'll also notice once it's done, you're going to see a little animation for the boot animation. It's a little bit different. And it's in Android, so that's pretty cool. You'll notice right off the bat, everything's more simple. You have your carrier to the top left. You have your phone menu, unlock, camera, off to the right. And you'll notice that it's a lot more playful and fun. So you just touch the center screen and then everything jumps. This is, like I said, a little bit more fun. Any of your notifications on your lock screen are going to show up to the right there in a little card. So if you notice this little card, you can just swipe it away and your notification's done. Also, with Andriod L, you can just swipe to the right and you're into your dialer. And what they did really well in this version of Andriod L is that your dialer is also where your contacts are and everything. And they've gone to these big cards like Google's emailing system. It's called Gmail. Everything's in a card. So you can just go to recent, you can swipe over contacts, or you can press home and go back home. Let's talk some more about the lock screen. You can also swipe to unlock by swiping up, or you can swipe the other way, and you are ready to take a picture. You have HDR, you can flip it around, HDR, you have a timer, just give a lock, so the camera is really fun. However, on the developer preview with Andriod L, there's some bugs with the camera. It freezes and crashes a lot. So I just took a picture of my setup of how the camera is. However, it's already frozen. So the next time you try to access this, it's going to say cannot connect the camera. So if you got a camera, you're going to have a problem. So since it's a beta, there are a lot of bugs still, that are going on with the software. So of course I filled out my information so we can send that over to Google and get that corrected. So whenever it comes out to you folks, you'll be able to have full functionality. Again, I'm back to the lock screen. You can just wipe up. They've also gone a little bit like the iPhone as far as notification drawer, notification center. You can just pull right down and you have your notification center. So, Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, your carrier, your airplane mode, notifications, you can toggle those on and off. A good, really nice feature of Andriod L that wasn't there before is the ability to be on Do Not Disturb. So you can set how long you want to not receive notifications on Do Not Disturb. So it's a really cool feature. Another good thing about Andriod L is this whole Project Volta thing that they've started, where it's just the way your apps interact with each other and with the operating system. So it's going to extend the battery life. There was a study recently that once your Nexus 5 switches over to Andriod L, which is this version, you get 36% better battery life. And I have also noticed a difference in battery life. And what it does to make it simple is that the tasks that your apps are requesting your phone to do, instead of waking it up for each individual task, it schedules them all at one time and prioritizes them. And most important to least important, and does course, you can always swipe to the left and it's going to have your news, your Google Now cards. One thing that's really cool about Andriod L is that, not only are you going to be able to have your Google Maps and your weather and everything the way you want to have it on your Google Now cards, now it's going to be able to tell you, hey, I left my car in this parking space. This is where the car is parked. Another thing that's not in the developer preview yet for Andriod L is the personal unlock, which is going to be really cool. I'd like to talk about that for a moment. Personal unlock is going to be that when you have your home set in Google Maps to where you live, once the phone knows you're at home, because it knows your address, it knows you're always there, and knows that's when your phone is 8 hours of the day at night, after you sleep, it's going to allow you then to set a PIN code for your password. However, but when you're in a personal area such as your house, you're not going to have to use that password, because that's someplace you always are. Or if you're connected to your Bluetooth headset, it knows your Bluetooth ID, so you're also not going to have to enter your PIN number, because that's really inconvenient. But as soon as you leave that personal space or you leave that Bluetooth connection, you're going to have to enter your PIN number. So that's a really cool thing that's coming. It's not in the Andriod L developer preview yet, but it's coming. It's going to be really cool. Another thing you'll notice is that the buttons on the bottom, the back button, the menu button, and the folder button, you'll notice that they're, basically a back arrow. It's now a triangle, circle, and a square. It's more simple. That is also really nice. Also, you'll notice that anything that you've done are now into these little cards you can swipe away. So if I go to Facebook, or if we go to Twitter, and then if we go to Flipboard, which is really cool to get your news. Now you go back, they're all in these cards that are more 3D, easier to see, and more active. So, and again, it's just more lively, more playful. So if you want to get rid of a card, you can either press the X, or you can click on it and go back into it. Or you can press it again and swipe it away. Swipe all the cards away. So there are a lot more animation sequences. It's a little buggy because it's still a developer preview. Like I said, it's not done yet. You'll notice the menus, just like Android 4.4, 4.5, 4.3, all that, you're able to do the folders, but they're circles, which is really cool. Let's look at our settings menu. In the settings menu, it's pretty much the same as it always has been. And your information about your phone is going to be in here. And this is our build number, which is LTV79. And whenever you get Andriod L, you can go into the developer mode, which is by tapping the build number a bunch of times, as always. A really fun thing about Andriod L is they've hidden, a game. Like they do in all the other builds, but this was in reference to YouTube, sensation that went viral recently. A bunch of, blocks and letters. I noticed that it spells out L a lot, so like lowercase l or uppercase L. But if you then press and hold it, you get another tree, which is like a Windows style game. You can just press on them, flip them, move them. And these are all the different versions of Android throughout the years. You got KitKat, you have Android Jelly Bean, you have, of course, your Androids, you have Honeycomb, so it has all the different versions of Android as a point throughout the years. So that's pretty cool. And we're back out of that. Some other little quirks that I've found is if you're dialing somebody, you can come up with some problems. Say, for example, I want to dial someone. It's a cool menu, but you're missing some things. So, if you want to go to speakerphone, if you want to go to that, if you want to go to your dial pad, put somebody on hold, you can put them on hold. But there's a few things that are buggy about it. while you're in a call, it's going to be blank. A mute handset or Bluetooth speaker, they're not going to be there to connect to Bluetooth. They're just not there. What are some other issues? Some other issues that I have are with the non-ability to. So another problem I have are with the multimedia messages. You can't send them. You don't have the ability to right now with the developer preview. There's an issue. Google knows about it. I also sent feedback about it. So for now, if you're going to get this preview, you're not going to be able to do group messaging or picture messaging for a while. Also, like I said, the camera functionality is screwed up because it just crashes. Cannot connect the camera. Happens a lot. Happens almost every time. So I was able to use the camera a couple of times. Now I can't. And that's all part of the fact the software is done. But like I said, you can definitely see that it's a lot more lively. Also, the wallpapers are different. They have a lot more wallpapers. I like this one, and I also like the mountain. That's a nice one. So you set the mountain wallpaper, of course. We all know how wallpapers work. But that is it for the developer preview. Everything is, par for the course with Google. And, it looks good. It's fun. It's new. I like it. And it has the functionality of, Google's always listening. So if you want to ask a question, say, okay, Google, tell me about Andriod L. You can do that. Tell me about Andriod